Well, hello folks. Well. Do you see something wrong with this picture that I passed by? Well, that's how a world map would look, and we have a bunch of idiots changing names of body of water. Well, this is more like a permission that I will tell you that write this petition. This is going to happen someday. Someday, one of these days, you find out. Where is it? Look, where are we? Like, how the heck do we gonna know? They're gonna still being from the U.S. of course. I know that I really want to say to respect it and all. Why you just mess around to our neighbors to the south, right? And the Japanese, my fellow Japanese friends, hello. Yeah, even Yoko's watching this. Oh, random Yoko, please listen to me and everybody else of the world. Hey, Korean folks, sorry about that, but you know, you just like the same people as the Mississippi. They want to claim about the Gulf of America. Well, this is the thing of the petition to keep our textbooks, not to change the names of sea, of bodies of water that we all know from school. We all have known this since day one, that the Gulf of Mexico will always be the Gulf of Mexico. And it's all started with some guy in Mississippi that wanted to change everything. Yes, a mayor from Mississippi or something, that he wanted to change the Gulf of Mexico to be called the Gulf of America. Well, how the heck you gonna change it? This is kind of stupid. That's the same thing. This Mississippi lawmaker is doing the same thing what the Koreans are doing with the Sea of Japan. You know, changing the name. That's kind of ridiculous. That is kind of ridiculous and hideous thing. And now, the same thing that happened in Mississippi has already been happening in Virginia. And it's going to go on to New York. But, you know, it's still going to be called the Sea of Japan. But they want to just put the East Sea name. Look, East Sea is just saying the Gulf of America, right? It is the same thing. The only thing is that calling it the Gulf of America is like calling the Sea of Japan the East Sea, right? It is the same thing. This petition is for what it is. You know, this is the video called Gulf of America and the East Sea. Why Gulf of America and the East Sea? It's just name changes that people want to thought to be from this Mississippi nut. They wanted to call the Gulf of Mexico to be called the Gulf of America, to the nuts in South Korea. They wanted to call the Sea of Japan to be known as the East Sea. So we don't want the name in our textbooks to be called East Sea and Gulf of America. We don't want no lawmakers to say, look, go to Congress, you know what? This is going to be called the Gulf of America. And then the textbooks will say Gulf of America. And then we'll say, you know what? Put the East Sea name. And you see the East Sea in textbooks, in school textbooks. Why do I want to tell you to sign this petition? This petition is to protect and conserve the names, the original names that these areas of these bodies of waters belong to. You know this, and I'm saying, Jujiro, let me tell you this. I want you to sign this petition. And Yoko, from Random Yoko, I want you to sign that petition. It is for keeping the name. It is to keep the name of the Gulf of Mexico to stay Gulf of Mexico, and the Sea of Japan to be only be called the Sea of Japan, even on textbooks. And that is why we need to fight to preserve the names of the original bodies of water. Get it? The Gulf belongs to our neighbors to the south. The Sea of Japan will always be the Sea of Japan, and it belongs to Japan. Don't put it the East Sea, because later on they're gonna be just leave it. What's the East Sea and the Gulf of America? What is the Gulf of America in that area and the East Sea? That's gonna be so ridiculous someday in the future. Please sign the petition, and goodbye, folks. Enjoy this video, and please subscribe to me, the Embargo Man channel. I'm gonna be right here waiting, and I want to see all signs of petitions of keeping the name Sea of Japan and keeping the name the Gulf of Mexico. That's it. The Gulf of Mexico is the Gulf of Mexico. The Sea of Japan is the Sea of Japan. The Sea of Japan is not the East Sea, and the Gulf of Mexico is not the Gulf of America. Goodbye, folks, and enjoy your week.